Okay, good evening everyone, and welcome to another free readings with myself, Mystic Witch. I'm just going to give my screen a little wipe just to make sure it's a clear picture. A little bit on the muggy side. I've had my son today, so he's been using my iPad, and sometimes, you know what guys are like, they can get sticky fingers. Okay, I'm just waiting on people jumping on, and then I will get started with some free one card readings today. I am going to put right from the beginning that anyone that knows me knows that one thing I don't tolerate on my lives is people coming on and being disrespectful or negative, etc. If you do plan on coming on to my live and being rude or disrespectful to myself or others, then I'm just going to block. Simple as that. I just don't tolerate negativity or rudeness on the lives. I give my time and my free readings freely. And all I ask is just to be kind. Hello, Danny. Hello, Jem. Hello, Claire. Hello, Steph. Hello, Lindsay. Okay, we're just waiting on people jumping on. So while we're doing that, for anyone that hasn't seen me on TikTok or knows who I am, I'm Lady Moonlight. I do find it difficult sometimes to read the text because I'm registered blind, but my spiritual vision has always been acute since I was a child. So they say when you lose one sense, you gain another. So the way that I always choose who I'm reading for is usually before I pick a card, I will ask people just to share images until I pick an emoji that stands out, and that person who's got that emoji obviously gets a reading. Now, obviously, I cannot read for absolutely everyone tonight. I wish I could. By the time my lives get really started, I have a lot of my regulars that come in, they want readings. The new people that see me want readings as well. But I will try and get as many people in the 2-hour live as I can. Failing that though, if you follow me and you go to my pinned post, I have a readings post there. And I do free profile readings when I'm not doing lives. Now, you will have to be patient because I have my comments on restricted comments, mainly because of past abuse. I had my comments open and my past ex and his abusive family started leaving nasty comments, so I had to restrict a lot of my comments. So if you do want a profile reading, first and foremost, follow me. I will follow you back. But please be aware, if I follow you back and you're jumping in my DM box with hello, sugar daddies, dating, whatever, you will be blocked. Once I follow you back, then you can go onto that pinned post and ask for to be added to my readings list. Once you're added to my readings list, when I've got spare time, I go through that readings list and I do little profile readings on my profile for you and tag your name in that. So be sure to follow me and be patient. I will follow everyone back who follows me so that you have that opportunity to ask for a card. Yep. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Hello, hello. I have a lot of spirits behind me. This is, we live in an old house, and there are a lot of residential spirits in this house, particularly in this room, which is why I chose it to be our reading room. So it's not very rare for people to say, "Oh my God, who's that behind you?" It is a haunted house. Yep. Um, my online readings and my profile readings are all free. I do full booked readings. If you go to my profile, I've got my website on there. All my full readings, the prices for different readings are on there. But my online readings are free, and my profile mini readings are always free. So I hope that helps. No, thankfully our residential spirits are friendly. I'm kind of glad. We've been in this house now about 2 years, and we don't find them very threatening at all. In fact, we find them quite welcoming. On the whole, house spirits or residential house spirits will basically treat you just as much as how you treat them. If you respect them, they're going to respect you, because at the end of the day, they were probably here before we were. So it is, a lot of people will disrespect spirit, and that's when they get a lot of the problems and the troubles in haunted houses. However, when you treat them with respect and you acknowledge them and you let them know that you don't mean them any harm or disrespect, 9 out of 10 times they're just going to leave you alone. And in fact, they can be more of a help than a hindrance when you do that with them. Oh, well, I'm going to get on to do some... hello, Serena. Let me just say hello to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for the hearts and the likes. I always feel safe around spirit. I've been working with spirit since I was a child, both good and bad. And you learn which ones to interact with and which ones to give a wide berth and protect yourself. Everyone says that, Ellie, that I have a calming voice. I'm just me. Okay, so I'm going to let you know how I work with my cards. I'm going to use the moon cards today, just because I've been called to use the moon cards. So what I do is I shuffle the cards, and while I'm shuffling the cards, if you would like a chance to get a card reading, just start posting emojis. Could be happy faces, it could be hearts, it could be whatever. Whatever emoji I am drawn to, I will do a card for. I ask everyone just to be patient in between each card reading. And then once I've done that card reading, I'll pick some more emojis. And I will try and get as many card readings in as I can possibly get. Failing that, though, please do remember I do free readings on my profile as well. Okay, so let's see. Who are we going to pick first for the first reading? Okay. Serena Galvin with the red hearts. So, Serena, we're going to pick a card for you. So, if everyone can hold off the emojis until I've done Serena card, and then we'll pick some more emojis. So let's see what card that I have for Serena. Now, in between reading the cards, if I do get messages coming from Spirit, I will shout them out, because sometimes Spirit will see people in the room or on my live, and they will shout out names. Sometimes they will shout out messages. And if I'm doing a card reading, say for Serena just now, and Serena can't take the message, somebody else in the room may be able to take that message. And if you can, please let me know. I just shout out the message, whatever it is. And if somebody can take it, that's all good. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't, because people come in and out of the lives as well. Okay, hello Caitlin. Lovely to see everyone coming in. Okay, so we'll pick a card for Serena. Gavin. And then we will do some more energies and pick another card. Okay, so Serena, your card is take time to breathe out, is the universal message of this card. And it's the disseminating moon. So what does take time to breathe out mean, right? How many times in life do we get stressed and people try and calm us down by saying count to 10, or just breathe, or just stop what you're doing, just take 10 breaths, count to 10, count to 20, or sometimes count to 120, right? Because we get ourselves so worked up and so stressed out. And I feel that when this card comes into your reading today, I feel there's been a lot put on you. There's been a lot of stress, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, with family, with friends, or people around you. But it's like everyone burdens you with their problems. Everyone burdens you with their troubles of the day or whatever, because you have a good heart and you genuinely want to help friends and family. But what you're finding as well is, by doing that, where is Serena's time? Right? Where is your time? When's the last time you actually did something for yourself? When's the last time you actually sat down and just put on a bit of music, got your hair done, got your nails done, took the phone off the hook, cancelled all appointments that you had, or took a day or two off work, or took a little break, a weekend break? Probably not in a long time, especially when this card comes into play. So this card is saying it's all very well trying to help everybody around you. And for the most part, the people that you do help do appreciate you. But remember, there are also energy drainers as well. People that find it easier to ask somebody else to work out their problems for them, so that they don't have to do all the hard work. And what normally happens when that happens is they go away happy because you've sorted their problems. And you're sitting tossing and turning at night, worrying about their problems that they've just landed on your doorstep. And you're kind of like, I hope they're all right. Oh my goodness me, they've had such a bad time. I hope they're doing okay. Of course they're doing all right. You've just solved all their problems. They're going home happy as Larry, and you're left with the aftermath. So avoid at all costs hanging on to other people's problems and troubles, especially if they share those problems and troubles with you. Yes, by all means, give them help and advice, but also let it go and give yourself some breathing space, if that makes sense. Hello, hello. I will try and get as many people. I'm so glad that makes sense. Because I just feel, Serena, you are running on empty most of the time, right? It's like you go to bed at night, your mind is just racing. And it's racing about other people's problems, other people's, what's happening around other people around you. Because that's the type of person you are. You're a very caring, loving person. But at the same time, when you need their help, ask yourself this. When was the last time they helped you out with their problems? If it was often, then that's the keepers. That's the friends that you help out and they help you out in return. But if you're helping people and then when you need their help, they are nowhere to be seen, that's the energy drainers. And that's the ones that it's okay now and again to say, you know what, I know you've got all these problems, but just for today, I need to sort me out. Just for today, I need to have me time because I need space as well. Come back tomorrow, come back the next day, whatever, if you've still got those problems, and I'll help you out. But right now, my priority has to be me. And that's not you being selfish. That's you being self-love and respecting yourself and your own energy as well. We should never allow people to take advantage of our good nature, because the more you do that, the more they're going to do it. So I'm glad this resonates with you. Now, as I'm reading this card, there's a lady coming forward, and she's clearly giving me the name Amanda. So I don't know if somebody knows of an Amanda in spirit, but this lady is coming in very loud, very clear and prominent, and she's saying Amanda. I'm just reading Alistair's comment. Don't know where he did, where he went. I'm glad it makes sense to you. Thank you, moderator Steph. I have wonderful moderators here. I was just about to block him, but yeah, thank you for muting. And if you need to, just block him. As I said at the beginning of my lives, if you're planning on coming onto my lives and being disrespectful, I don't take advantage of anyone. How can me giving you a free reading be taken advantage? Right? All my online readings, all my profile readings are free. And if you're coming on and telling me, being disrespectful and calling me a liar, you're either going to have me blocking or muting you, or you're going to have one of my mods. So, yeah, be kind, please. Okay. Jem. Was this Amanda? I feel this lady Amanda was not very old. Does that make sense? She wasn't an elderly lady when she passed. I hate trying to guess Spirit's age because people look younger than or older than they are, but I feel this lady was kind of in her middle age. Does that make sense? Okay, then I feel that this Amanda is definitely with you. I feel that her passing, she wasn't expecting. It wasn't her time. Does that make sense? She's telling you she knew it wasn't her time, right? There was nothing anyone can do. I don't know if that makes sense. She's saying there is nothing that anyone could have done differently to change what happened. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but she's saying there's a lot of people, whether it's around you or people that she knew, that often say, I wish I could have done something for her. I wish I could make things better for her. I wish I could have changed that. I wish I could have helped her. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But she's saying, ultimately, she wants you to know there is nothing, absolutely nothing that anyone could have done to change what happened. I'm so glad you can resonate that. Thank you. She says, could you please let people know that? Because she says there's a lot of people that blame themselves, including yourself, saying, I wish we knew, I wish we could have done or said something or sensed that something was wrong. But she said she wants you to know she didn't suffer. I don't know whether somebody wondered whether this lady suffered. She says it was quick. It was too quick. So there was no time for suffering. There was no time to do anything. And she says her time was up. That was it. She wants you to know that she's with you and all of her family. But she needed to feel that she needed to come through strongly tonight to let you know, please stop blaming yourselves. What happened, happened. She says sometimes it's better that we don't know that we're passing. Sometimes it's better not knowing what is in front of us. But she also realizes that it left a lot of people grieving and a lot of people having problems kind of dealing with her sudden passing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. I'm so glad she was able to be able to pass that on to you. Is there a grandfather spirit with you, with a grandfather in spirit with you as well? Because just behind this lady, Amanda, there's a gentleman coming in, and he's saying it's Granddad. And I feel this gentleman is connected to Amanda. Oh, wow. Okay. That makes sense that they're together. She's letting you know then that she's with her dad. Because I feel that this gentleman was on the other side waiting for her, if that makes sense. And she just wanted you to know she's happy, she's safe, she's not in any pain or any discomfort, and she wants just to send her love to you. So thank you for resonating that with me. I'm glad somebody could take her. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad I managed to get that message. And Serena, I hope this card resonates with you as well. Please take more time out for you. And remember, it's okay now and again to say no to others that drain the energy out of you. And whatever it is that we do in life, one thing as a spiritual reader and a healer is I always make sure I have time for me, no matter how busy my day is. I always schedule half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever, where I can just do what I need to do, whether it's ground, whether it's go for a walk, whether it's be in nature, whatever the case may be. And we should all learn to do that. Now, I'm going to start shuffling the cards again. So if anyone would like a card reading, read questions about past life. If people would like me to do a past life reading night using my past life cards to answer any past life questions, they are more than welcome. Please let me know. I can arrange that. Or if you're asking to go on my readings list on my profile, if you put past life card, I will choose a past life card for you. So I hope that helps. Okay, so could everyone that wants a card please start sharing their favorite emojis, and I will pick whatever emoji I am drawn to for the next card. So it could be any emoji you like, hearts, flowers, whatever. Okay, let's have a look. Show. I'm going to go with show. Hello, Rochelle. I've just seen Rochelle coming in there. So let's do show first. Shona. So if everyone stops sharing their emojis just now, we'll do Shona. I love that name, Shona. And then we will pick another card. Hello, Shona. Okay, let's shuffle these cards and see what message we have for you this evening. Lovely to see new people coming in and also my regulars. Okay, just for those that have just joined as well, please do note that I do have some of my moderators on tonight, and if you're coming on and being disrespectful, you're going to get muted or blocked by myself or my moderators. We run peaceful readings here, so please be respectful. Okay. So show. What card do we have for you? Surrender to the divine, and it's the full moon card. Thank you so much for the roses, people. I do appreciate any of the gifts. I do give my readings freely just because I like to help as many people as I can. So tapping the screen, getting the likes helps me a great deal. And I do appreciate the follows, the likes, the shares, etc. So thank you to all the gifters. So surrender to the divine. For too long now, I feel that people around you want to make the decisions for you. Does that make sense? It's like sometimes you feel your mind's not your own. You'll share your ideas with family and friends, and you get all excited about all of these ideas that you want to do in life. And for the most part, you'll have a few that will say, yeah, that's a great idea, go for it. But you'll also get others that say, oh, maybe that's not a good time. Maybe you're being a bit adventurous. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that, if that makes sense. It's like there's always somebody around you that's going to put that damp squid on something that you want to do, if that makes sense. Oh, you're more than welcome. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Nanny Mac. Lovely to see you. I'm so glad that you can take that, because they're saying, do you know what? You do value other people's opinions, and you do try and do things to please others. But then, somewhere along the line, when they're all gone home and there's no one else there, it's like, I missed X, Y, and Z opportunities because I followed somebody else's advice and I went against my own heart or went against my own intuition. Now, what this card is saying to you, sometimes we just have to not completely block other people's opinions out. People are going to judge you no matter what, right? But what to understand as well is, this is your life, right? There is only one Shosho. There is no other person like you, right? We are all unique. We are all individual. And we all have our own individual paths. Now, some people are going to follow alongside our paths. And they're going to be your supporters. They're going to be your tribe. But there are others that are going to try and swerve you off your path. And that could be for a number of reasons. It could be through jealousy. It could be because you're more gifted than what they are. They would like to do what you want to do, but they know their limitations and they know they can't do that. And a lot of it as well is fear of being left behind. Oh, what if Shona does this and she gets, so popular, or she gets so good at this, or she's so successful and she leaves me behind. The thing to remember here, if it's in your heart to do and you get excited, if something excites you and you have an idea and you think, this is what I want to do, and it just excites me, just the thought of it excites me, and somebody tries to put that dampener on, ignore the dampener. Go with that excitement. We can manifest whatever we want in our lives. And one of the key things to manifestation isn't just, a lot of people think that to manifest abundance, to manifest success, to manifest happiness or wealth or whatever it is we want to do, we just need to ask in prayer and then carry on and forget about it. That's not the true way to manifest. You have to build your reality. You have to build the structures. So, for example, if you're looking for that dream job, you first have to ask the universe for it. I need this job. This is what I want to do. For example, if it was nursing, I know I'm a caring person. I know I can help people. I know I can make people better. Universe, give me the opportunity to find a job that can let me do that. Once you've asked the universe to do that, you then have to imagine yourself applying for that dream job. There's an opening comes up. You're physically writing that application form. Then you imagine yourself going to the interview and giving the most perfect interview ever, because you know you're the right person and you've got the right skills and qualifications. Then you imagine yourself waiting for the postie to bring news whether you're successful or not. The letter comes through the door. Imagine you opening that letter, and the first line that you read, for example, is, congratulations, you've been successful at your job. Now, while you're imagining that, pay attention to how you feel emotionally, physically, mentally. Chances are you're going to be excited, right? Chances are you're going to be ecstatic because you've got that dream job. Hold on to that feeling every single day as if you've actually got the job, until you actually get the job. Because It's a case, manifestation is a case of asking, seeing it in our mind's eye, and then imagining it happening. It's already happened. And then feeling how that makes you feel, and then holding on to that. See it, or say it, see it, and believe it. And then watch when the magic happens. A lot of people just ask the universe, give me abundance, give me that job. But they don't actually see it, them getting it. They put self-doubt there. But if they actually were to imagine that they've actually done all the steps, they've applied for that job, or they've wanted more money, a more pay rise, whatever the case may be, a win on the lottery, whatever it is, and they actually get that, and how that makes them feel. We are more powerful than we actually believe. And it's other people putting doubts in our way that can actually stop us from manifesting what we really need in our life. If you want to be successful, ask for that success. Imagine what that success feels like and looks like. And imagine you're already there. You've already been successful. That's what you hold on to until such times as you are successful. And never allow anyone to put that dampener on. It's time for you to believe in yourself. And you know what? Ultimately, people are going to judge you no matter what you do. Whether you fail at something, whether you succeed at something, there's always going to be somebody that's going to judge you. So if they're going to judge you anyway, just do it anyway. All right? Time for you to have a little bit of self-belief in yourself. Will you pass your driving test? Oh, thank you. Good evening, Michelle. I'm so glad, Shona, that it makes sense. Can you take the name Sandy, and can this name Sandy be related to a dog? Don't worry if you can't take it, somebody else may be able to take it. But I feel there's a name Sandy, and I feel it's connected to a dog. And I feel this dog, do you know what? The best way to describe this dog that I'm seeing is like Lady and the Tramp dog. She's the most beautiful, gorgeous eyes and the most floppiest of ears. And she's kind of like a tan brown colour, or he. But I'm getting Sandy and this dog. So if anyone can relate to a dog called Sandy in spirit. Okay, Lauren, did this dog have floppy ears by chance? So I don't know if both, Lauren, okay. Okay, so Lauren says she can't relate to the floppy ears. Tracy, can you relate to this dog having floppy ears? This dog called Sandy having floppy ears? Okay, then this dog is definitely with you then, Tracy, okay? I don't know whether you've wondered whether this dog is reached the other side, okay, whether this dog was well or whatever. I feel this dog had a good life, if that makes sense. But towards the end, there was a lot wrong with her. There was a lot of health issues as well as a little bit of age going on. And I feel she was just such a treasured little dog. Well, this dog is coming to let you know this dog is happy, passed over, and there is nothing wrong with this dog. It's back to full health. And this little dog is going to be with you always. It's never left you. I feel it's been leaving little signs. So it's asking you to be aware of signs. Now, signs could be anything. It could be feathers. You might see feathers. Or you might see dogs that look very similar to that dog. But she's leaving you signs to let you know that this dog is with you. Oh, bless. Yes, she's with your dad. Okay? She's with your dad. Definitely. And I feel there's a cat with her as well. Though the dog and the cat didn't know each other on the earth plane, but they are part and parcel of your family, if that makes sense. Because I feel there's a little cat with this dog. But yes, the dog is with your dad, but there's a little cat with your dad as well. Okay. Well, whether the cat passed years ago, I feel that the cat and the dog didn't know each other on the earth plane, but they certainly know each other now because they're connected. All right? Often our pets, even though we may have 2 or 3 pets in a lifetime, and they don't know each other, when they get to spirit, obviously they are connected to our family tree. So the cat and the dog are both with your dad. You're more than welcome. I'm so glad the little Sandy found who she was looking for. And the dad and the cat. Your dad sends so much love. And he wants you to know he's with you always. And he's just given me... What's the significance between your dad and white flowers? Why is he showing me white flowers? Like white roses. Did somebody give your dad white roses? He's showing me the most beautiful white roses. Hello, Lainey. Yeah, that's what I feel because there's a mass of them. I don't know whether it was like a big wreath of them or whatever, but these beautiful, beautiful, almost perfectly white roses. And he wants you to know he acknowledges the white roses. He absolutely loves them. Oh, bless. Tracy, you are so, so welcome. I'm just so glad when Spirit comes through that somebody can actually take that. But for Shosho, definitely follow your own heart, follow your own dreams, and follow your own goals. And don't let anyone stop you. Remember, this is your path, your life, nobody else, right? If you're going to take other people's opinions and judgments about what you want to do in your life, you'll never get to where you want to be. And you're always going to regret it in the end. Too many opportunities have passed you by is the message of the card. So it's time for you to follow your dreams. When you do that, the right people will walk by your side. And as for the ones that don't like what you do, that's up to them. They can either walk alongside you and respect that this is what you're going to do. No matter what their opinion, this is what they're going to do. They will walk by your side and some will walk away. And that's absolutely okay. Remember, nobody's going to like us all of the time. Believe you me, I have my friends, but I also have my fair share of enemies for whatever reason. Some people like me, some people hate me. That's absolutely okay. I'm okay with me. And that's what the message of the card is. We need to be okay with ourselves, because no matter what we do, we're always going to have somebody judging us. So I hope that has helped. I'm going to try and get as many people as I can. Okay, I'm just going to answer Tracy's question. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, is the answer that I'm getting. Yes, you did right by your aunt. So that message, that answer came loud and crystal clear. You've nothing to worry about. All right? You did absolutely everything right. So I hope that that's helped. Okay. Now I'm going to answer a few of the questions that I've been coming up. The driving test. The person that asked about the driving test, will they pass their driving test? Again, I could say yes, I could say no, but ultimately, how badly do you want to pass that driving test? Right? Remember, we are powerful beings. Everything that we want in this universe, we can actually bring ourselves to do it. So, will you pass your driving test? How badly do you want to pass it? If you really, really want to pass your driving test, you need to first ask, universe, I really need to pass this test. Then I want you to imagine you're going out in the car with your instructor, and every lesson is a perfect lesson, and that everything that you do in that lesson works out perfectly. And then I want you to imagine that you're going into your driving test. Because your lessons have been perfect, that has built up your confidence and your self-belief that you've got this. You might do a little extra studying or an extra little driving lesson before your actual driving test. Imagine yourself doing that. And then imagine yourself being confident and going through everything in the test just like you did in your driving lessons. And then imagine getting that you have passed and how you feel. Hold on to that feeling that you've passed. That's how to manifest you passing your driving test. You're more than welcome. Yes, I will be doing some more readings. Thank you so much, Lindy Marshall. Okay, I'm gonna I've got a lot of requests. People want cards, and I would love to do absolutely everyone. So I'm going to grab my cards, and I'm just going to shuffle the cards, and we'll pick another card reading. The lady that asked, is there a cat with her? Yes, the cat is with you. When we think about somebody that's passed, whether it's a cat, whether it's an auntie, whether it's a gran, whether it's an uncle, our thoughts are like spoken words, right? When we think something, spirit hear it. So if we're thinking about a cat, we're going to bring that cat forward. So in answer to your question, your cat please, yes. You asked for your cat to come through, and your cat is letting you know that it's with you. There are other family members with you in spirit as well, but the cat is definitely with you. So I hope that helps. Okay, so as I'm shuffling, please share your emojis, and I will see which emoji I am drawn to for the next card reading. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, Lindy Marshall. Okay, let's see what the cards. I'm drawn so much to you for some reason. Okay, so let me just shuffle these cards for you, Lindy. Now, please remember, if you don't get picked tonight, I do mini readings on my profile as well. Simply go to my pinned post and comment card, please. And I will add you to my profile readings list. Please make sure you request to follow me first as well, because I will follow everyone back that sends me a follow request after this live reading. Please be aware though, if I follow you back and you're a gentleman that is going to bombard my inbox with, hi, where are you from? Are you single? Are you married? Are you WhatsApp? Are you going to chat? If you're going to come and jump in my DM box with any of that, guys, you'll get blocked. Simples. I don't have time. I'm happily in a long-term relationship with my soulmate. So just putting it out there. The reason that you need to wait till I follow you back is because I have gone through 50 years of abuse and bullying, and 30 years married to a narcissist and his family, who have often tried to get me taken off social media, etc., by reporting my accounts or whatever. So a lot of my comments on my posts are restricted to my followers only, which is why I'm saying, if I do follow you back so that you can comment and ask for a card on my profile, please be aware that if you're going to jump in my DM box and ask for WhatsApp chat, or am I single, am I married, etc., etc., it's the first step to getting blocked. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, let's see what we've got for Lindy Marshall. Okay, you've got the new moon in Cancer, and you and your loved ones are safe. You have got so many loved ones in spirit around you right now. All right? And there's a lady in particular, and she says, oh my goodness, Lindy has been through the mill and some. If it's not one thing, it's always another. And she often runs herself ragged, and a lot of the time your health suffers because of it. So the message here is, it's time to have a little bit of self-love and self-care for you right now. All right? It's admirable to want to help everyone in your life, but you're burning the candle at both ends by doing so, and that can have a huge effect on our mental, emotional health, and also drain our energy to the point where we often get sick. One good example of this was when I was going through 30 years of abuse. I applied for a job as a carer, not just because I wanted to care for autistic adults because I have an autistic son, but I wanted to get out of the house, away from my abuser, and work was my escape. But what actually happened was I was actually doing double, sometimes triple shifts. So I was working more times than I was at home because work was my safety net. But the pressure of work, all that work and all no play, had an immense effect on my health, to the point where when I had holidays or annual leave, I was sick. And that's because while I was working, I was busy. I was too busy to be sick. I was too busy to concentrate on me or my health. But then when I was at home and relaxed, and I always took my holidays when my ex was always working so that I could have that time to myself. But I didn't benefit from that time because my body was shut down, relaxed from the rat race of working all the time, and I got sick. And by the time I got better, I was back at work again. So sometimes we don't even realize we're putting that much pressure on ourselves. And we're running on full energy all of the time. And when we do take that time out for ourselves, it's like a complete body burnout. The body's saying, right, okay, if you're not going to take a rest, we're going to make sure you take a rest. The body is a great machine for doing that, by the way. If we don't listen to our body, and our body telling us that headache you've got, it's stress. That feeling tired all the time, it's stress. And if you keep ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it, the body's just going to shut itself down by itself and take its own rest, usually in the form of illness or being sick or whatever. So the message in your card is, know that you have nothing to fear. You are safe. Loved ones in spirit are sending you much love and much needed healing right now, because they feel that there's a lot of healing needed. There's been a lot of loss. There's been a lot of hurt in the past. And I feel that to some degree, you are still feeling the effects of that. So give yourself a little bit of breathing space. Allow yourself to have that healing time. And then get back in the rat race later on. But also know that loved ones in spirit, especially ones that you love dearly and miss dearly, they're letting you know they were never away in the first place. They're only a whisper away. You might not see them or feel them or sense them, but that doesn't mean to say that they're not with you. They very much are. And they don't want you to put your life on hold. Their life is done and finished with. They are now in spirit on the next chapter or the next journey. But that doesn't mean that your journey here on earth stops. They don't want that. That's the last thing that they want. Life is for living. Live every moment of it, because they'll be sharing every moment with you. They'll be sharing in your joys, your successes, your failures. They'll be, whatever you're celebrating, they'll be celebrating with you. And they desperately wanted you to know that. And that's why you got the message, to let you know that you and your loved ones around you, your family, are safe and protected right now at this particular time. Okay. Lammy Lessing. I'm going to go to Lammy Lessing because I've seen your request a few times coming up, and I'm being told I have to pick a card for you. So I'm just going to go with that, and then we'll pick another one. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was a carer for 15 years, and then my vision got really, really bad. And I believe it was to do with an operation that I was not supposed to have, but my ex-abuser insisted that I take the eye operation. I actually had 2 operations on my eyes. The first one was a success to a certain degree, but the second one totally messed up my vision, and I had to stop work as a carer. But I was also getting massive migraines just through the stress of living with a narcissist and control and an abuser. So, yeah. Okay. So let me just go back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do Lammy first. Oh, I love, do you know what? There's no better job than caring for somebody. You know, when you put your heart and soul into caring for people, whether it's people with disability, dementia, the elderly, the disabled, whatever, you're putting your heart and soul into caring for them. I'm a mom of a young man with autism, and you know what? Despite all of his disabilities and despite all of the things that he's went through, he's made me really, really proud, because despite his disabilities, having a disabled mum has taught him that there is nothing in this world, even with disability, that he cannot do if he really, really puts his mind to it. So that's what I loved about caring, is because I treated the people that I cared for, mostly adults with autism, and I helped them to believe in themselves and their abilities, even though some of them had really, really major cognitive disabilities. They were gifted in so many other ways. So yeah, I love it when I hear that people are carers. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick a card for Lammy. I know that you want my help urgently. I don't know what it is that you want help for, but I believe that Spirit are going to answer your question anyway with the cards. So please bear with me as I shuffle these cards for you. Okay. Now, as I'm shuffling these cards, I don't know if this gentleman is for Lammy or whether this gentleman is for somebody else in this reading tonight, but I'm getting a James. It's a gentleman coming through by the name of James. And I'm getting Jamestown. I don't know what that has. I don't know what significance that has to this James. But I'm getting James followed by Jamestown or Jamestown. So I don't know whether this James was related to a town or lived in a town, or there was a name. I don't know if Jamestown was a name that this gentleman was from, but I'm getting James and Jamestown. So if anyone can relate to James and a Jamestown, please let me know. It doesn't matter if anyone can't take that. I just shout out what I get. Okay, let's see what Lammy has. Oh, good night, Lindy, and you're more than welcome. Oh, bless. Do you know, I wish I could, the amount of times people often give me that question, how much time does my auntie or my gran or whatever have with us? Unfortunately, just like we have written or unwritten rules here on earth, spirit also have rules as well. And it's not their place to let us know times and places of how many, how long has somebody got on this earth plane. It's one of the no-nos that they're not allowed, for whatever reason, to divulge how much longer somebody has on the earth plane. And that might seem a little unfair, but I understand how you're feeling, because I had both my parents went through cancer. And it's one of the questions I often ask myself. How long have I got left with my dad, or how long have I got left with my mum? And I was never told, because it's an unwritten rule in spirit realm that it's not their place to tell us. It's not their place to let us know when somebody is passing. What they can tell you is make every moment that you have with her count. Don't fret or worry about how much time you have left with her. All right? That's like wishing the days away. What counts is the here and now, living in the moment, right? Making every moment special for her. And that way, when we do that, when we live every single moment, when the time comes that they pass over, we have no regrets, because we did what we could to make their life a better place. I knew in the long run that both my parents were going to pass over. There's nothing that I could do or say that would ever change that. And I didn't know when the time would come. But one of the things that I did do with that knowledge is that I made sure that every day that was gifted for me to have my mom and dad around me, I made full advantage of that time. And if I wasn't working, I was going visiting my mom, or I was visiting my dad, or visiting my stepdad when my mum was really, really ill. And when she did pass, I had no regrets, because I knew I did as much as I possibly could. So the answer to your question as to how long do you have with her, they can't answer how long you have with her, but what they can say is the time that you have right now, that's what is the most important thing to remember and to hold on to. Make the most of the here and now. We have the here and now. You have her today. You may not have her tomorrow. You may not have her the next day, whatever, right? Tomorrow is never promised. But the here and now, we have that. Make the most of that here and now. And if she opens her beautiful eyes tomorrow morning, that's a gift. That's another day's gift given to you and her. So make full value of every single day that you have with her. And in doing that, when the time comes, there'll be no regrets, and you'll know that you have done everything that you can to make that time special for both of you. Oh, you're more than welcome. No problem, Steph. Thank you so much for helping with the moderating. I will send some healing your way. Okay, let me just pick a card for Lammy and see what the message for Lammy is. And then we'll do another card draw for a few more people. I will try and get as much people in as I possibly can. Good night, Steph, and take care. Okay. So I don't know if he's still got Lammy, but Lammy, whatever has happened in the past, there is a new moon card that's telling you a new start is coming. All right? So things haven't been great for you in the past. In fact, they've probably been a nightmare, right? Anything that could have gone wrong has probably gone wrong. And I feel at the end of the tunnel, and you feel it's a long, long haul, and that nothing is going right. This card is to remind you that even after an eclipse, even after the dark moon, there comes a full moon. There is light at the end of every tunnel. Each tunnel has its own length. Some tunnels are shorter than others. Some tunnels seem to go on and on and on forever before we actually see that glimmer of light. But what this card is saying is, it's time to put the past behind you. Get rid of any negative thoughts, negative feelings, any self-doubts, etc. because there's a new start coming. So it's time to think positively. Remember, positive thoughts, positive words leads to positive actions in the future. But if we put self-doubt and negativity in our way, we're going to get negativity back. So it's time to put all the negative of the past behind you and prepare for a more brighter, positive future. All the problems and the troubles that you've had in the past are going to come to an end. It's reaching a conclusion, and there's a new, brighter start, new, brighter beginning for you, is the answer to your card. Hello, hello, Elaine Perks. Okay. So if everyone can start sharing some images while I'm shuffling the cards, I will see what imagery I am drawn to for the next card. I will try and get as many people in tonight's live reading as I possibly can. But if I don't get time to do everyone, please know, if you follow me and I follow you back, you can go to my pinned post and request a free profile reading. I will then reply to your request on that pinned post by letting you know that you're on my readings list. When I'm not doing live readings, I go through that readings list and I do little mini readings on my profile and tag your name in your reading. You'll see all my previous readings on that post. Okay, we've got some images coming up, so let's see. Who have we got? Okay, Terry Johnson, 778. is the next one. So if we could hold off the emojis until I've done Terry Johnson's, and then I'll pick another one. Let's try and get as many cards as possible. Okay. I've got another like 45 minutes, so hopefully we'll get a few readings in 45 minutes. I usually try and stay on till about 1 a.m. UK time, so I will try and get as many as we can possibly get in. Hello, Teddy. Okay, let's see what card we've got for you. A fiery climax approaches, all right? And it's a full moon in Aries, all right? I feel there's a lot of tension around you right now. And it doesn't I don't feel it, the tension is caused by you, if that makes sense. It's like, I don't know whether it's a family dispute or a friend circle dispute, but there has been an ongoing argument or debate going on that hasn't kind of reached its climax yet. It's kind of bubbling in the under the surface, as it were. And I feel that sometimes people are trying to drag you into it, if that makes sense. It's like you want to keep your distance from it all and don't really want to be drawn into the middle of it, if that makes sense. And the trick here is, sometimes when we do jump into the middle of it all, often what happens is we kind of jump in the middle and try and be peacemaker. And what happens is everyone else that's in that debate works things out. And because you're the one that came in and tried to sort things out and give a different perspective on things, the daggers are pointed then at you. And you end up being the one in the wrong, right? Even though you are the one that tried to help and resolve the problems. It's letting you know you're making the right choice by trying to stay out of the debate. All right? In the end, I feel what's going to happen is there's going to be a stalemate. No side is going to reach a positive final conclusion. But I feel that what's going to happen is everybody is going to give their side. Everybody is going to think that they're right and the other side's right and whatever. And there may be even tempers flared a little bit, which is why they're saying a fiery climax is approaching. All right? And in the end, what's going to happen is there's going to be a big blowout. All right? It's simmering under the surface just now. But eventually, it's like a volcano just simmering under the surface. And it just boils away until it has no other choice but to erupt. That's exactly what's going to happen with this situation, with or without your intervention. So they're asking you to keep your distance and just let it play out. And eventually, one person is going to maybe come to the point where they're going to say, you know what, let's just agree to disagree because we're not getting anywhere. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Sometimes when we go in and try and defuse a situation by saying, you know what, does it really matter who's right, who's wrong in this? If we can't come to an agreement, let's agree to disagree. And if they can't agree to disagree, there's no more you can be done. There's no more you can say or do that's going to help the situation. So sometimes retreat is the easiest option. And it eventually then fizzles itself out. But usually in a situation where it's starting to build up momentum and it's starting to boil under the surface, keeping your safe distance is what's needed here. They will try and drag you into the middle of it all, but for as long as you possibly can, try and stay out of it rather than trying to diffuse it, because sometimes coming in and diffusing it can actually make it a lot worse. It will dwindle itself out and it will reach its climax. So I hope that I'm so glad it has truth, and I'm so glad it makes sense for you. You know, I've been in that situation as well where I've had people say, you know, oh, come on, Lady Moonlight, you know you can help us, you can guide us, you can give us this information. And a lot of the time I like, you know what? This is not my fight. This is not my debate. And when I'm usually asked, one of the first things is, well, why not? Look, if you can't agree, why not agree to disagree? And a lot of the times they'll say, oh, no, because I'm right and she's wrong and I'm right. You're never going to win, no matter what you do or what you say. And that if they're not prepared to just say, okay, nobody's going to win this argument, there's no point in carrying it on, let's just agree to disagree, let them burn this out themselves. And you keeping that back seat means that you're not going to have the fingers pointed at you at the end of the day. You know, how many times as parents do we see our children in the school playground fighting? Right? And of course, one parent is saying to the other parent, see, that's not my boy, wouldn't do that, and my girl wouldn't do that, and that's your girl's fault and your girl's fault. The parents start scrapping in the middle of the playground. And while the parents are scrapping, the kids are shaking hands and saying, this is great fun, look at this, our parents are fighting. Let's just go and play. Right? It's the same thing. Adults can be the same way as well. Right? They can fight, they can argue, with or without anybody else's intervention. But eventually, they either shake hands and make up, or they walk away, or whatever. Sometimes it's just a case of taking that back seat and not choosing sides, and just letting the two sides fight it out themselves. I'm so glad it made sense for you, though. Okay, I'm going to take a drink because this is thirsty work, and then we're going to pick another card. So if everyone starts sharing their emojis. While I shuffle the cards, and I will see who I'm drawn to next. Okay. Please remember, tap that screen and get, because every time you tap the screen and share those likes, it does help my live get out to more people so that I can help more people. Tapping the screen, for every tap is a like. So, and I always say, you know what, it doesn't cost a penny to tap a screen. Okay, let's see who am I drawn to next. Oh, you're so welcome, Desiree. Okay, who have we got? Elaine Parker. For some reason, I'm drawn to you, honey. So let's shuffle these cards for Elaine Parker. If everyone can hold off their emojis until we've done Elaine. And then, oh, right, okay, we've got a card just jumped out, so I'm going to go with that card. Okay, Elaine, don't allow your past to hold you back. and it's the South Node moon. A lot of the time, we take the past, and a lot of the negativity in the past we hold on to. And when we do that, it can affect our present, and it can then get carried into the future. A lot of the things that maybe have went wrong in the past. For example, how many times have people fallen in love with somebody and had their heart broken? And it's a painful experience, right? And how many times do people say, I'm never going to allow myself to fall in love. I'm never going to allow myself to be in another relationship so that I can get hurt. But in doing that, we are actually blocking out future happiness or future love. It's the same with opportunities. It's the same with people who wanted to be friends in the past, and those people ended up being our enemies. That led to trust issues, and you may find it really difficult then to trust people in the future. So we build up the barriers to protect ourselves again from the hurt from others. But in doing that, when we put our barriers up, we are also stopping people from loving us. So I feel that you've had quite a tough past, and you've had a lot of hurt. People have come to you as a friend and maybe done the dirty on you, or deceived you, lied to you, or hurt you, etc. And you've built up this massive barrier, if that makes sense. And it's like, never again am I going to get hurt. But in building that barrier and building that tower around you, you're also preventing genuine people from loving you for the person that you are. And it is a scary prospect, letting our guards down, because we fear that hurt again. We fear we're going to get hurt in the future. Yeah. I'm so glad that you can resonate with this, all right? Because, yeah, you're still building those barriers, because sometimes people can hurt us so deeply. We just don't want to face that again. I went through 30 years in a narcissistic marriage, and I thought I would never, ever trust another man in my life. I felt isolated. I felt suicidal at times. I'd gone through bullying because of my vision or my visual disability throughout life. And it was all negative experiences. And a lot of my younger life was a solitary life. I kept myself to myself. It was safer to do that. But through a friend of my ex's, one of his daughters had introduced me to my current soulmate. And had that not happened, I would not have been able to escape from the narcissistic marriage that I was in. And I've been with my partner now for 8 years. I never ever thought I would find love or happiness again because of the hurt that I'd gone through. But life, sometimes throws a few curveballs. And sometimes in life, especially when it comes to relationships or broken hearts, how many times have we heard, sometimes, ladies, we've got to kiss 20 frogs before we find a prince, right? Because how are we supposed to know who is our true love, who is our fake love, or whatever, unless we make mistakes along the way. Some people find love first time and they're with their soulmate for life from the time that they meet to the time that they depart. Some people go on to make the same mistake. They go into the same, one abusive relationship can lead to another one because that's all they know. They just know how it feels to be abused, and they just expect that that's what love is. Love is to be abused, to be a punching bag or an emotional punch bag, whatever. And we just accept it for what it is until somebody shows us a different way. So this card is saying, don't let your past hold you back. It's time to take down those barriers that you have built up brick by brick. Because the ones that have hurt you, they were never meant to be in your life in the first place. See them as a lesson. See them as a narrow escape. I always say, I had to go through what I did in order to start the Purple Hearts Unite. Had I not gone through bullying and abuse for 50 years, how on earth would I be in a perfect position to help other people go through and survive abuse or bullying? I couldn't, because I wouldn't understand where they were coming from. So sometimes we have to walk through hell, even though it hurts, in order to put that past behind us, learn the lessons of that, and say, okay, that's the people I need to avoid in my life. So my present and my future, I'm going to make sure that I make the total opposite of the people that hurt me. So I'm only going to be surrounding myself with positive people and not the negative ones. When you start doing that and you start unraveling that tower and putting the past behind you, know that every bad person that came into your life for a reason. All right? It was a lesson learned, right? And it actually teaches us a lot about our intuition, who to trust and who we don't trust, right? We're going to meet some dumbbells along the road. We're going to meet people that are going to verbally hurt us or emotionally hurt us. That's life. Not everybody is going to like us. Not everybody is going to be kind or helpful. And not everybody is going to want to be in our tribe. But that's okay. The main thing is you need to start healing from the inside now, sweetheart, right? You need to look in the mirror and say, do you know what? Despite everything that I've gone through, I'm still standing. I'm a bloody darn warrior. If I can survive all that crap, I've got this. And from now on, I live my life my way, my rules, my boundaries. Set yourself boundaries. Tell yourself, this is the people I will allow in my life, and this is the people I will not allow in my life. And when you do that and you love yourself unconditionally for the person that you are, the right people will find you. Yeah, you've got to be strong. Definitely. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am happy now. Yeah, and definitely, you've got to be really, really strong. When I look back And I could look back on my life and say that's 50 years wasted, 50 years being unhappy. But I don't see it that way. I see that as 50 years of lessons learned, 50 years of that experience that I can use to help other women and children who have gone through abuse to not only come out of abuse, but to heal from it and to actually learn to love themselves unconditionally. So this is what this card is saying to you. Take the lessons from the past, right? They were there to show you the type of people you don't need in your life. So tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a new beginning. Look at it as a rebirth, right? A new start. So you already know the type of people to avoid. The past has taught you that. So from tomorrow, Elaine is going to be choosing the people that sit right with you. If somebody feels right and somebody feels positive around you, that's the ones that you stick with. You'll already know the signs of the ones who hurt you. Avoid them like the plague. Remember, it's your life, your vibe will attract your tribe. Right? So the right people will find you just by you being you. And never change you to please other people. The biggest mistake that we make in life is trying to make other people happy. We're never going to make everybody happy all of the time. But we can make ourselves happy by doing what is important for us and what drives us. So from tomorrow, it's what drives you, sweetheart. All right? Find your niche. Find what makes you happy. And surround yourself with the people that make you happy. Surround yourself with the people that are going to give you the time of day and that love you just for the way that you are, scars and all. As for the ones that don't, they don't matter. They'll find their own vibe and their own tribe. Okay, so I hope that helps. Definitely a clean slate. Tomorrow is a new start, right? Tomorrow is all about Elaine, right? And when it becomes all about you, every day I want you to look in the mirror and say, do you know what? That woman looking back at me has went through all of this, and look at me, I'm still standing. Yes, I may have gathered a few scars along the way, but oh boy, if I can overcome that, there's nothing in the present and the future that I can't overcome. I already know the ones to avoid now. And I'm going to set my own boundaries, set my own standards, and I'm going to live my life my way because I'm worth it. And when you tell yourself that, that's when things change. There are, as a Reiki master, I love the 5 Reiki affirmations that I say every single day. And even though you're not a Reiki master or you practice Reiki, you can live by these daily affirmations. Just for the first one, just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I'm going to count all my many blessings. Just for today, I'm going to do my work with honesty and integrity. And just for today, I'm going to be kind to all living things. Just for today. Now, why does it start with just for today? Because if we say and do those 5 things just for today, we're not thinking about tomorrow, the next day, or the next day. We're doing it day by day, just for today. So every morning when you wake up, you can write it down if you like. These lives get shared onto my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel. So if you do miss anything and you want to look back on it, it does get shared onto my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel and the Mystic Witch on Facebook as well. But the 5 things to write down, and every morning when I wake up, I say these 5 things every day, because every day is a new day. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not get angry. Just for today, I'm going to count every single blessing. Just for today, I'm going to do my work with honesty and integrity. And just for today, I'm going to be kind to all living things. Just for today. And when you do that, and you tell yourself that every single day, they say if you repeat something often enough, it becomes a routine. So imagine having that same routine every day. Just for today, you're not going to have any worries. Just for today, you're not going to get angry. Just for today, you're going to think of all the things that you're blessed with. I opened my eyes this morning. That's a blessing. I get to live another day. I have a wonderful partner. I'm blessed to have love in my life. I've got food on the table. I'm blessed to have money to buy food, clothes, etc. I'm blessed just to be alive and to have friends and family. When we think about the things that we do have and not the things that we don't have, that's when we can count all the little things that we often take for granted. So every day I count my blessings. Every day I'll be honest with myself and others. That way I don't have to worry about deceiving anyone. And just for today, I'll be kind to all living things, even the people that are nasty to me. I'll smile, I'll wish them well, and I'll walk away, but I'll be kind. Even if they call me names or try and harm me, I can block them without being nasty or without being negative. Just block them from being kind in doing that, because it's their actions, not mine. So I hope that helps. Tomorrow's a brand new day for you, sweetheart. Put the past behind you and move on to a happier, brighter future. Okay. Thank you, Elaine. Lauren Jackson, I'm somehow just caught you there for a reason. So I'm gonna do Lauren Jackson first because I know that Lauren is gonna have to go. Thank you for everyone that says I'm amazing. I'm just me. This is who I am. This is what I do. I've been working with Spirit for a long, long, long time. I guess I'm a starseed, indigo child, whatever. But this is my calling. This is what I do. This is why I never charge for my mini online readings or my profile readings. Just because I like to help as many people as I can. But I do always appreciate the likes and the follows and the gifts. So for those that do gift, I do appreciate everything, and all your gifts and all your kind words. You are all amazing. Oh, you're more than welcome. Oh, thank you, Jem, but you're beautiful as well. Oh, Raphael's a beautiful, beautiful healing angel. Okay, let's do Lauren Jackson. Okay. I've met some, you know what, I've been on Facebook for years, I've been on Instagram for several years, but you know what? Give TikTok its due. Don't get me wrong, you do get the negative Nancy's and you get the negative ones coming on, which I usually block, but I've met some wonderful, wonderful people here on TikTok, and a lot of them follow me, and I follow them back, and I value everybody's friendship on here because you are all amazing, and you just make my job so much easier. Okay, let's see what the cards have got to say for Lauren. Okay. As I said, I do try and get as many people in on my lives as I possibly can. My next reading live will be on Friday night. I will probably be doing a live tomorrow, but it'll just be a general chat about how to care for our health and our skin and our hair naturally without having a huge impact on the environment. I'm very passionate about Mother Earth, and there's a lot of things that people consume or use and they don't realize the harm that they're doing themselves and the environment. And a lot of people, when I tell them I'm 57 years young, they'll say, no way. How can you look so young at 57? And it's because the products that I use don't have any chemicals in them. And they actually heal rather than harm. Thank you everyone for the follows. I will try and get as many people in on this live as possible, but if I don't get round to everybody, which I can't, but as much as I'd love to read for everyone, I do have a readings list on my profile. It's the first pinned post on my profile. You need to make sure that you've sent me a follow request. Once I've followed back, then you can comment on that pinned post and ask for a card. I will then put you on a readings list. And when I'm not doing lives, I go through that readings list and do little mini card readings on my profile and tag you in your card reading. So even if you don't get a card reading tonight, you can go along to my profile and comment on the pinned post for a reading. I love that, Chloe. Yep. I love that. If I'm sick, I use herbs. Don't like pharmaceutical medicines. Even throughout the COVID, never took the vaccine. There are far too many deadly chemicals in the vaccine. And I just never used the vaccines. I never used the masks. I just use herbs for healing. So I will be doing a live tomorrow, but it'll all be about the products that we can use that's going to not harm ourselves, but more importantly, that's not going to harm Mother Earth as well. So Lauren Johnson, I love this card. You are good enough. And it's the full moon in Virgo. All right? You've probably been put down more times than you've been lifted up by others. Right? Every time something looks good, somebody will come along and put a dampener on things. Right? And you might think, you know what, I'd be good at that. I could really do that. Or this is what I would really, really love to do. And then somebody say, nah, that's not for you. You know, oh, you're not, you know, that's, you're not clever enough, you're not wise enough, you're not fit enough to do that, or you're too old, or you know how many people in life judge us, right? We're too old, we're too young, we're too fat, we're too thin. People are going to judge us no matter what we do, no matter what we say. So what is the point in trying to listen to other people's opinions of us? I feel that in the past, your self-esteem and your self-worth have been knocked to ground zero, right? And people have judged you one way or the other. And sometimes we hold on to those judgments, and it's those judgments that can stop us from being the best version of us that we can be. So this card is coming to you today to say, every day, look in the mirror and tell yourself, do you know what? I don't care what anyone else thinks about me. I'm good enough. I'm good enough just the way that I am. My hair is good enough. My skin is good enough. My health is good enough. You know, I put all my efforts into everything that I do. That's good enough. If I fail, I fail. If I succeed, I succeed. Either way, I'm good enough. We don't tell ourselves enough that we are good enough. We listen too many times to other people's opinions of us. So this card is saying to you loud and clear, because I feel that you need to hear this, is that you are good enough. And to hell with everybody else's opinion. You are good enough. Oh, thank you. Oh, bless, Chloe. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Chloe. Yeah. Do you know, a lot of people, you know, are negative. I lived with a narcissist for 30 years. If he told me that the house was untidy, I would spend the whole day, from morning till night, scrubbing the house, getting rid of every last bit of dust, dirt, or whatever. And you know, he would walk through the door and he would still find a fault. Thought you said you dusted that. Look, there's a speck of dust on the light bulb. Or I would wear something pretty to go out with. And, oh, who are you seeing behind my back that you're all dressed up? So basically, if I wasn't wearing baggy jeans and a baggy t-shirt and didn't put my makeup on, I wasn't taking good care of myself. And if I did dress up, or I did try and look my best, I must be looking for love elsewhere other than him. So nothing that I did or said pleased him anyway. And he was very much a negative person. But when we are around negative people, they can bring us down as well. So the key point to this is we always have a choice. And it's basically sometimes we just have to say to the negative Nancys, do you know what? I'm good enough. What I do is good enough. And if it's not good enough for you and you don't like it, the door is that way. But I'm good enough. What I do, I put my heart and soul in it. If I fail, I'm good enough. If I succeed, I'm still good enough. And if what I do is not good enough for you, then you're not supposed to be with me. And sometimes just telling them that, they don't want to hear that, obviously, right? They want to be negative Nancys. That's in there. You'll never change somebody that's negative. But you can give them options and you can give them boundaries and say, look, if you want me in your life, you got to realize that I don't want to be listening to your negative comments about me or my life or whatever. And if you're going to keep on preaching negative about me and telling me I'm not good enough or I'm not this or I'm not that, then maybe we're not supposed to be together. And sometimes that's just enough to pull them into kilter. Not with my ex. It didn't matter if I said that to my ex. I tried leaving my ex 3 or 4 times before I eventually left him, because he would always panic at the thought that I was leaving him, and then they would promise to change, and they changed for maybe 3, 4 months, and then they went right back to the way that they are, until the next time, kind of thing. So the question is, you're going to have to tell yourself every day, I'm good enough. And if other people don't think that you're good enough, that's their issue, not yours. Keep being you, because you are good enough. And tell yourself every single day, everything that I do, that's good enough. Oh, bless. Oh, I'm so glad. You're more than welcome. Oh, bless. You know what, Chloe, I'm going to pick a card for you. You have been so patient tonight. I'm going to put, Lauren, I'm so glad. He may be, I feel that one of the reasons that your husband may be feeling negative is I feel that he's had a rough past. Or I'm being told that your husband has had a rough past. That gives him every right sometimes to feel a bit negative or whatever. But you know what? Sometimes a yin and a yang, a negative and a positive can work out. It's the same as somebody that's calm and somebody that has anxiety. They work together because the calm person can help keep the anxiety person calm. So it works out, and that's why you used to get on so well, even though he has his negativity. You're the one that can bring him the positivity in life. So keep being you. Oh, thank you. Oh, bless. Yeah. My partner has a lot of anxiety as well. But, I keep him calm, and, sometimes he keeps me calm as well. But yes, never doubt that you have not found your soulmate. You two work together beautifully. And in each of your own ways, I feel you've both had a rocky past before you met each other. But you know what? When two people have had rocky pasts, that's the most magical relationship that you can be in, because you are both healing together, and it's like you're medicine for each other, if that makes sense. I know my partner has been through tough times in his life and vice versa. But we help each other to heal every day. And that's magic of it all. Sometimes we just need somebody to bounce off of, and somebody to actually help to heal. And that's the relationship that you have. Oh, you're more than welcome. Oh, I'm so glad. I love it when I hear people have a plain sailing life. Oh, bless. Oh, everyone's beautiful. Everyone here is absolutely beautiful. To the question, is your girlfriend speaking to another guy? Do you know, um, the best way to find that answer is use your own intuition. Be honest with her and say, look, are you seeing somebody else? And ask them to look. They say the eyes are the mirrors to the soul. And I always say to people that are saying, is my partner being faithful or honest with me? And are they seeing someone else? You don't really need cards to tell you that. What you can do is simply communicate with each other and say to your girlfriend, look me in the eye and tell me that I'm your only one and that you're not speaking or seeing anyone else. Look me in the eye and tell me. Now, we're all spiritual beings, and the eyes never lie. And no matter how good a liar somebody can be, a liar cannot. One of the things that even the best liars can't do is look into somebody's eyes and say, I'm not seeing anyone, even though they are. They can maybe turn their head away a little bit, or they're looking down, or they're looking everywhere barring your eyes. But if they can look you straight in the eye and say, you're my only one, there's no other person for me, I'm not speaking or seeing anyone else, and they can look you in the eye and tell you that honestly, that's your answer. No, that one was for the gentleman that asked about his girlfriend. If his girlfriend's seeing someone else. It's not your reading yet, Chloe, so don't worry. That one was for the gentleman that asked about his girlfriend. Is his girlfriend talking to another guy? Okay, let's see what we've got for Chloe. Okay. But yeah, I get a lot of relationship questions, and I always say, do you know what? You don't really need a card to tell you if somebody's being faithful to you or not. You just need to basically look them in the eye and say, look, is there something you're not telling me? Thank you. Okay. Oh wow, this card's come out for the second time tonight. Don't let your past hold you back, Chloe. Alright? Things may not have gone so smoothly in the past, and you may have gone through rough times, etc. And you may even be trying to protect yourself from future or present hurt, etc. But sometimes it's a case of learning from the past, letting it go, and treating tomorrow as a new day. Sometimes when we hold on to the hurt of the past and we try and bring it into the present and into the future, it's like picking up a pebble yesterday, for example, and you carry that pebble all that day and all today. Now, when you first picked up that pebble is light as a feather, and you could carry that pebble all day long. But every day that goes by, that pebble starts to get heavier and heavier. And by the end of a week or 2 weeks, that pebble that was once light now weighs a ton, to the point where you have no other alternative but to drop it. And this is what the card is saying to you. Carrying something from the past into the present and then into the future, and keeping bringing it and dragging it into the future, the load is going to get heavy and eventually be too heavy for you to bear. And you have no other alternative then but to drop it and leave it in the past. Sometimes the best way to deal with the past is write it down. Write down everything in the past that has hurt you and then burn it. And as it burns, and you throw the ashes to the wind, or you can bury the ashes in the garden, or take it to a seashore or whatever and just sprinkle them on the water and ask the water to cleanse all the past. Sometimes just burning everything down, writing it down, burning it, getting rid of it, and then saying that's it, gone. From now on, it doesn't come back. And I start tomorrow a brand new day. And when you do that, remember, it's called the past for a reason, because it's been and gone and past. We can't go back and change things. We can't go back and undo things that we've done wrong in the past. But we can learn from them, let them go, and then move on into the future a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser for it. So the message for you tonight, Chloe, is don't let the past hold you back anymore. You've held on to all of that hurt for so long. But look in the mirror every day and tell yourself, wow, I survived all that. Me. I did it. I went through all of that crap. And it could have brought me to my knees. But it didn't, because I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. And I'm still able to say, look at me. I may have stumbled a few times, but I got up, dusted myself down, and kept going. And that's what we should take from the past. The fact that we've actually gone through all of that, and yet we're still standing, we're still going strong. And take that strength every day into the tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. Tomorrow's a brand new start for you. Time to let go of all the negativity. You've been there, done it, worn the t-shirt, and you've survived it all. That makes you a darn warrior. So keep going. Oh, bless. I'm so glad it helped. If your friends are making snarky remarks, they're not friends. All right? If the very fact that you just said, are my friends being fake towards me because they keep making snarky remarks? True friends will never ever leave you snarky remarks. They will build you up. They will support you, but they'll never ever give you snarky remarks. So if somebody is being cheeky or negative or being smarky with you, it's maybe time to cut them loose. You should only surround yourself with people that build you up. You know, after going through 50 years of abuse and bullying, I now set my standards to the point that if somebody comes onto my lives and be disrespectful, if my moderators don't ban them, you betcha I'm going to block them. If somebody comes into my PM boxes and are narky or negative towards me, they get blocked. I don't give it a second thought, because I know my boundaries. And, you know, nobody should ever, ever put you down. So if your friends are being narky with you, they're not friends, right? Chances are they're either narcissistic or they're controlling. And they thrive in bringing you down. That's where their power lies. Well, you know, you can take that power back and basically say, you know what? The door's that way. If that's, you know, I'm not prepared to put up with your insults or your snarky remarks or whatever. If that's how you're going to be with me, the door is that way. And don't ever feel apologetic about it either. I'm always going through my friends lists, and I always remove friends that originally come as friends. But remember, sometimes those that come as friends are hidden enemies as well. So always keep your guard up as well. I haven't done CBT therapy. All the guidance and wisdom that I know, with being a starseed, I've lived at least 6 past lives. And the knowledge that you gain through living different past lives, starseeds, indigo children, we are basically universal beings that have been around, not just on Earth, but universal planets, etc., etc. And we gather all of our knowledge and we use that knowledge to guide others. So I'm a traditional witch as well. So yes, I've been through many witch trials in past life as well, but I've used that knowledge and experience to help others. Well, if they said something that really hurts, they're not friends. Time to let them go. What do I listen to on a night to sleep? To be fair, usually when I sleep, I usually sleep pretty well. I love meditation. Always. I do a grounding meditation first thing in the morning and last thing at night. In fact, if you go to my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel, I have a meditation playlist on there. One of the guided meditations that I do is called Sky and Earth Grounding. That's the meditation that I do myself every morning and every night. It calms the mind and helps you to sleep. You get clearer dreams, etc. But sometimes I just like to play different sound effects, like the sound of the wind or waves. I love water, babbling brooks, the waves, etc., etc. So sometimes, like on a windy night, I love nothing better than a windy night when the wind is howling around the house. It's an old house we stay in, so it's like a stone bungalow. And I absolutely love it when it's a howly wind because it's just sounds of nature, and it can be so relaxing. Oh, you're more than welcome. Hello, Anna Mac. Nice to see you as well. Lovely to meet so many people. One thing that I love, I don't know if you have one of these echoes, you know, the Alexas. I love the sleep sounds on the Alexa because there are so many different sounds and you can find a sound effect that may just be the right one to help you sleep. My partner loves howling winds. I love howling winds, but I also like babbling brooks or forest fires or woodland sounds or, you know, logs on a fire, that kind of sound effect. So maybe try, maybe use an Alexa with the sleep sounds effects and just play around with the the different sleep sounds, or go to my YouTube channel and look through my playlists. I have got a meditation playlist, and a lot of the meditations have helped so many people that can't sleep to actually sleep. And I get a lot of subscribers that will often comment and saying, thank you so much for that meditation, because I had one woman that hadn't slept for about 5 or 6 years all the way through the night. And she tried my sky and earth grounding meditation. And she wrote back to me the next day and saying, I've saved that playlist because I could not finish the meditation because I fell asleep halfway through your meditation. And the next thing I knew, it was morning. And she said that's the first good night's sleep she's had in years. So a lot of my meditations do help people to drift off to sleep, because I don't just do the guided meditation, but I teach you how to shut off the mind so that you can meditate successfully. They're on, the meditation ones are on I think they're on both now. The Lady Moonlight one has more than the other one. So if you go to my website on my bio here on TikTok, the second page is all my social media links. If you look for my Lady Moonlight channel, that's my main channel. I used to put a lot of stuff on the Mystic Rich one, but I usually find that I've got more subscribers on the Lady Moonlight one. So you'll get all of my meditations on the Lady Moonlight YouTube channel. Hello, welcome back. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Lady Moonlight YouTube channel. You'll get the link on my website in my bio here on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna choose one more reading for tonight, and then I'm gonna call it a night, because I have been doing readings for the last couple of hours now. So, but I will be back on Friday evening doing more free readings. And for those that didn't get a reading, please go to my profile here on TikTok. On my pinned post, there is a readings list. Make sure you're following me first and that I followed you back. Once I follow you back, you're able then to comment on that pinned post and just request a card. I will reply to let you know that you're on my profile readings list. And when I've got spare time, I go through that readings list and I do little mini readings on my profile. Failing that, I'll be back live doing more free readings on Friday night. I will be live tomorrow evening, but tomorrow evening is a general chat about skincare, natural health methods, how to look after your health and Mother Earth without using chemicals. There's a lot of things that we use in life that are really, really bad for us or make us ill. So as well as doing my readings and as well as being a Reiki master and helping people who are sick, I also teach about natural products that you can use every single day to maximize your health without having to turn to pharmaceutical drugs or medication. Will the appeal go well for your family? Let me just, before I pick the last card, let me just consult my Oracle answer book. Will your appeal go well for your family? All right. The answer to this one is the timing for this appeal may not be the right time. So I don't think it's saying that it's a definite, a forever no. But the answer that my Oracle book has come up with is that now may not be the right time for that appeal. A lot of the times appeals kind of rely on luck or the timing of something. If you've got a good judge, the appeal can go through. If you've got a bit of a iffy or not so honest one, then it can go through. Sometimes people have to appeal more than once. So usually when they say the timing is not right, it may say that there may be a few hiccups along the way, and you may have to appeal more than once before you'll get a successful outcome. Tomorrow's live will be around about 10 p.m. UK time. And it's all about, I'm not going to be doing readings tomorrow night. I tend to do a reading night, then a topic night, then a reading night. So my next live reading is Friday evening, around about 10:30 p.m. UK time. Tomorrow is just going to be a general chat that you can come along and ask questions. And I can share, a lot of people. One of the most common questions that I get asked is, how can I be 57 but not look 57? And it's choosing the right oils, the right herbs, and the right products for you that's not going to damage your skin, your hair, your health, rather than rely too much on pharmaceutical stuff. So one of the things about being a starseed is we do not react well to chemicals. If we put chemicals on our skin, we get nasty burns or reactions to it. If we're around toxic people, we don't do well with being around negative people, etc. We don't do well with eating foods that have been processed in chemical pesticides, etc. We'd rather grow things organically. Or grow things ourselves so that we know what's in it. And we certainly avoid man-made medication, pharmaceutical medications. So one of the things that I've always taught and helped people with is how to turn away from the nasty chemicals and actually get back to plant-based, natural products that are going to make your health a lot better. Oh, you're more than welcome. Okay, so if everyone can share images for the last time, we will pick one last reading for the night. And I will see which emoji I am drawn to. But I will be back on Friday doing more live readings for you all. And I also do have that free readings list on my profile as well. Okay, let's see. Share those images, folks. Let's see who we have. Okay, we've got Desiree. D-E-S-I-R-E. Desiree. I hope I pronounced that right. Desiree, you're going to be our last reading of the night. I'd like to thank everyone for the follows, for the gifts, for the roses, for the likes, and basically for supporting my live tonight. We've had some beautiful, beautiful readings, and I've met some wonderful new people. So thank you everyone for your support. I'm looking forward to coming back and just having a general chat with you all tomorrow night. Oh, bless. I'm glad I've got it right, Desiree. I love that name. Okay, let's see what card we have for you. I hope everyone has enjoyed the live reading. It's been lovely meeting new people. I always find when I come off my lives, I've got about 30 or 40 new followers. So bear with me. I will follow everyone back that has sent a follow request. Once I follow you back, you're able to comment on my pinned post if you want to ask for a profile reading. But if I do follow you back and you're a guy who on TikTok who followed me and I followed back, support. And the first thing he did was, "Hi honey, where are you from? What age are you? Can we chat on WhatsApp? Can we chat on Messenger?" No. I'm quite happy in a relationship, thank you. And this is TikTok. It's not Find a Date. It's not Blind Date. And it was quite funny because he would basically say, "Can we talk on Messenger?" And I said no. "Well, what about WhatsApp?" No. "Well, what about no?" Which part of no did you not get? So if I do follow you back, please guys, do not jump in my DM box asking for my number. I never give my personal details out. The only person that gets my personal detail is close family and of course my partner. That's the only one I will talk to out with. And of course, I get a lot of female friends here that like to DM me and just, "Hi, how are you?" and stuff. That's absolutely okay, but don't ask me for I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use any of that. I just don't. Okay, let's do Desiree. But I do find it's funny that some guys just do not take no for an answer. Somebody needs to tell these folk that this is not Plenty of Fish or Find a Date or Blind Date or whatever. Desperados, I guess. Okay, confidence is your key to success. All right, and it's a new moon in Leo. And one thing when this card comes into play, the first thing it tells me is that you love to help build confidence in others, but when it comes to building your own self-confidence, that's where the stumbling block is. And it's probably to do with the fact that sometimes in life people do chip away at our confidence. Whether they mean to or not, it doesn't really matter. It just takes a negative comment or a negative action, word, or emotion to knock our confidence. And sometimes it's the innocent things that can knock our confidence as well. I've had a lot of people will say, "I've applied for 20 jobs and I've just had no, 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 no. I'm just going to give up because it's not for me." And I'll always say to them, the minute that you give up, that's the opportunity that is going to lead you to that dream job. Guaranteed. It's at the moment when you want to give up and that you don't, you think, "No, I'm not going to apply for another 20 jobs and get turned down time and time again. When I was applying for different jobs when my vision was a little bit better than it is now, I must have went through about 10 refusals for jobs. But you know what? The way I saw it is, okay, if I didn't get that job, there's something better. And then if I didn't get the next one, well, that job was not the right job for me then. It's how we look at things. If we say, well, I didn't get the job because I'm not good enough, we're already setting ourselves up to fail. Whereas if we turn a positive spin on it and say, okay, I didn't get that job, that means there's something even better in the sidelines. So I'll just hold on and wait. And then you hold on and you maybe get another 2 or 3 or 4 no's. And then you get that yes. And the yes that you do get, you probably find that the 3 or 4 jobs that you didn't get were less paid than the actual job that you eventually got. So the lesson and the learning was sometimes it takes about 20 to 30 no's before we get the right yes. And that's not a reflection on us or what we can do or what we can achieve. It's the universe, its own little way of saying, that's not yours. That's not the one. Nope, that's not the one. It's a bit like I had to go through 30 years marriage to an abuser to realise that that wasn't the right one for me. I'd really chosen the wrong person, taken the wrong path. Okay, I've learned my lesson. Never, ever, ever go with a narcissist. But had I not gone through all of that, how could I help others? And also, how would I know the difference between love and control? Wouldn't be able to. So this is saying confidence in yourself is key to future success. Tell yourself you can and you will, and guess what? You will. You'll be able to do anything that you put your mind to. You just need to tell yourself, yes, I can do this. Instead of telling yourself, what if I fail? A lot of people use what ifs. What if I fail? What if I don't succeed? What if I try this and I fail? Well, if you try it and fail, it wasn't meant to be, but something else is waiting around the corner. Hence why a lot of people find wisdom in the words, if at first you don't succeed, try again, because you'll get there in the end. It's like riding a bike. While the stabilizers are on, you're confident enough to ride that bike from morning till night until somebody takes the stabilizers away and says, right, now ride it. And you start to get that wobble because the security isn't there anymore. And you might fall off the bike and skin your knee a few times. And if you fall off and skin your knee and never get back on, you'll never learn to ride that bike. Sometimes it's just a case of getting up, dusting ourselves down and riding it till we get it perfect. But each time we fall and pull ourselves up, it's a learning curve and it makes us stronger and wiser and better for it. And it builds our confidence as well. Oh, bless. Well, this is where it says confidence is the key to your success, all right? Do you know, a lot of people think that being, negative words, negative thoughts, negative comments are not abusive as much as a physical punch or a physical hit or whatever. But that couldn't be further than from the truth, because it's sometimes the negative words, constant negative comments and the negative words that can cause emotional abuse. Because if someone continually bees negative, says negative things around you, and never gives you praise, never gives you, they don't have to physically connect with you. They can emotionally and verbally abuse you. Verbal and emotional abuse leave no scars, apart from mental and emotional scars that you cannot see. And nothing that I ever did for my ex was good enough. And you do start to doubt yourself, and your self-confidence starts going downhill. And eventually, it doesn't matter what you say or what you do. It's a battle of wills. But you know what? Sometimes you have to take that control back a little bit. So when he's saying to you, it's not, whatever you're doing is not good enough or whatever, throw it back in his face. Give him something that, one thing that he will not like is confidence. The thing that he wants to do, in his words, is to break down your confidence, right? So that he can walk all over the top of you with his verbal or emotional abuse. So what you need to do is find that confidence and say, you know what? If you're not happy with the way I do the housework, if you're not happy with the way I cook for you, maybe I'm not the one for you, and you don't have to be here. But you know what? What I do is good enough. I cook, I clean, I look after the house, I look after you, I look after the family or whatever else. Now, if that's not good enough for you and you're not happy with that, then the door is that way. They do not like you setting boundaries for them. They do not like you reversing it to them. It's like, oh my God, where did she get that confidence from? How dare she tell me I can't treat her like a doormat? Towards the end of my 30-year marriage, when I knew I was moving in with my soulmate and leaving my ex, oh boy, I got my confidence. And I turned around and I said to my ex, I'm leaving you no matter what. There's nothing that you can say. There's nothing that you can do. You've had your chances. I'm worth more than your negativity. And it's time for my happiness now. And I've been away from my ex for 8 years. And he's still trying to get onto my social medias. He's still trying to destroy my life in some ways. I've moved on, he hasn't. But that's not my fault. That's his issues. And he's been trying for 8 years. And him and his family have been trying for 8 years to get me off Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And they failed every single time. And they'll keep trying, probably to the day that they die. But you know what? I'm still going to be here. I've already been through 3 Instagram accounts because of them. I lost my original Facebook account because of them, because they reported my accounts for things. They've tried to get me on TikTok as well. Failed miserably. They don't like that they cannot control. So it's time to this is what your card is saying to you, Desiree. It's confidence is the key now to success. Stand your ground with this one, right? You're worth being treated like a queen. And if he treats you anything less than a queen, put him in his place. Be the darn good queen that you are, and say to him, this is who I am. You don't like it, the door is that way. They do not like that confidence. That's the last thing that he wants. Phew, bless me. Yeah. Oh, bless. Well, do you know what? Sometimes, if he won't leave unless escorted by the police, then do you know what? Make your own plans. You know, maybe go and speak to, we have something over here called in Scotland called SAGE. And it's for people that have gone through different abuse, whether it's emotional, physical, negative, abuse, whatever. And what they do is they help you to find a safe place for you and your children. So, for example, you and your son. So if he's saying, oh no, you don't get rid of me, I'm staying put, and the only way you'll get rid of me is escorted by police, then take the control back. Start making plans for you and your children and walk out on him and never look back. They don't like it when you take the control. You're not abandoning your children. You're just abandoning the person that's causing you negativity. Beth, no, I'm. You know, a lot of people say to me, "What nationality am I?" I don't know. I've picked up different, I guess, twangs throughout my life. My parents were both in the RAF. Me and my brother were actually born in Germany, RAF Germany. My sister was born in Preston down in Lancashire. But both my parents are Scottish. My father was from Aberdeen and my mother was from Lanark. So I've been around a little bit. We've stayed in Germany, Cyprus, Malta, Preston, Scotland. So I've travelled around a bit. So a lot of people ask me if I'm Scottish, if I'm Welsh, if I'm Irish. I do have Irish ancestors. My great-grandmother was an Irish traditional witch. I will tell you her story sometime. She was quite some character. But yeah, I've been around. Oh, thank you. Maybe one of my past lives I was Welsh, I don't know. But, I've had so many people trying to pinpoint what my accent is, and I guess I don't have one. Maybe I'm just starseed. Maybe starseeds have got their own accent, I don't know. And yet my brother is very much Scottish spoken, even though he's about 2 years older than me. He's very much got a Scottish accent. My sister has a Scottish accent. I just have, I don't know, a mixed accent. I don't know. A bit of everything, I guess. But yeah, I have Scottish and Irish ancestry. I also have Native American ancestry as well. So, yeah. Yeah, my great grandmother, her life and my life are so parallel, it is pretty scary. I might even talk about that tomorrow evening if we're talking about different things. It's a general chat evening tomorrow. Um, but Desiree, you know, you are worth more than what your partner is giving you. You're a beautiful soul and you deserve to be treated like a queen. And anything less than that is not good enough for you, sweetheart. And he knows you know, that you're not going to call the police on him to get him dragged out of the house or whatever else. And that's his key. So what you need to do is start making secret plans, and one day just give him the shock of his life and just uplift everything and just walk away. You will never regret it. My ex always used to say I would never leave him because of my autistic son and my grandchildren, because I would get banned from seeing my grandchildren. Well, yes, I have been banned from seeing my grandchildren. Would I change anything? No. No, the best thing I ever did was leave my ex. And I've been 8 years happy in the relationship with my partner now. It was scary leaving that 30-year negative relationship. But ultimately, sometimes we have to face our fears and move on in a more confident, better way. And I'm here to tell you, you deserve better. So I hope that helps. And my inbox is always open if you need a friend. You're more than welcome. Okay, I would love to do more readings, but I would honestly be here from now till the cows come home. But I am back tomorrow, not so much for readings, but for just doing a general chit-chat. Come along. You can ask me questions on natural beauty, skincare, natural supplements to help with your health, etc. You can ask me anything spiritual and just a general open spiritual, we'll call it a spiritual health chat tomorrow. Anyone that hasn't been lucky enough to get a reading tonight, if you go to my profile, make sure you follow me first and I followed you back. And then if you go to my profile page here on TikTok, on the first pinned post is a readings list. If you comment card please, I will let you know that you're on that readings list. And then when I'm not doing lives, I usually just go through that readings list. Probably during the day tomorrow, I'll do a few names from that list. I then record your reading on my profile page and tag your name in that reading so that you know that your reading is on my page. You'll see all my previous readings and the post actually explains it all. Failing that, I am back on Friday night with more live readings. So tomorrow evening is a general spiritual health and beauty chat. And then Friday night is more live readings for everyone. And in between that, I'll be doing some of my profile readings. Oh, bless. I'm so glad it helped. And yes, I agree. It's not about him. It's what's best for you. All right? When you actually start realizing it's not what they want, it's what makes you happy. It's finding your inner strength and your happiness. That's what counts. Remember, negative comments and always being negative towards you, that's not love. That's control. There's a fine line between love and hate. There's a fine line between love and control. And sometimes when you're in that relationship, you can't see what is love and what is control. And even being negative comments all the time, never being happy with what you do or what you say, it's all part of a control game. So you need to do what's right for Desiree, not what's right for him. So I hope that helps. But always know my inbox is always open if you need somebody to talk to or you just need a little bit of a friendly advice. Always here to help people. That's what I do. So I want to thank everyone for a wonderful evening. I've met some wonderful new people tonight, as well as my usual followers as well. So lovely meeting absolutely everyone. Thank you to all the ones that managed to get a reading tonight. For those that didn't, please do join me either on Friday Night Live or go along to my profile. Check out my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel, because this live and all my TikTok lives get shared on my Lady Moonlight YouTube channel. All of my social media links, Facebook groups, Instagram, etc., they're all on my website, which is on my bio. If you go to my bio here on TikTok, I have a clickable link. That's my website, and you'll find everything that I do and what I'm about on that website. Oh, thank you. Well, do you know what? You and the little one are priority, all right? So this is why I'm saying, you know, a lot of people, a lot of controlling partners will use children as battling rams, right? It's a weak point. My ex tried that with me. Leave me and you'll never see your grandkids again. All right, fair be it. But I did leave him, and I also told my grandchildren that they won't see me because their parents are stopping them from seeing me because Gran chose happiness. But they also know that when they are 18, they can come and see me without their parents' consent. And one thing that they did promise their Gran was that when they are 18, they will come on their own. One of my granddaughters is already 18. She's just passed a driving test, and she now comes and sees me without her parents' consent. And the other two will follow suit. So the threat to say, if you leave, you won't see your grandchildren again, if that's the best shot that they could give, tough. Even the grandchildren's parents basically said, if you don't give us your phone number and your address so that we can give you your exit, then you'll never see your grandchildren again. No, I'm not getting my contact details so that you can phone and text and harass me and my partner. It's not happening. And if that means I lose my grandchildren, then fair be it. But in the end of the day, karma comes around. And when those kids are 18, they're going to come back and see myself and my partner because they absolutely adore my new partner. And the one that's going to lose the children are the parents. So put you and your little one first. You know, if you're leaving, your little one leaves with you. You're the mama bear. All right, so start making plans for you and that little one, because you and the little one are the ones that are important. So I hope that that helps. Oh, thank you. But you know, they will use blackmail. They will use every trick in the book to control you so that you can't move away and be free. Time to take that control back. Confidence is the key to your success, was the message of your card today. And that's basically saying the confidence to actually say, do you know what? While he's doing X, Y, and Z, I'm going to look at family support or, women's aid, things like that. They will find a safe haven for you and your son so that you and your son can walk away from him, and he won't be able to contact you in that place of safety. That gives you time to heal and gives you and your son time. And they will help you get your own home, your own independence, everything. So time to take control back. Put you and that little one first, because you two are the only ones that count. So I hope that that helps. It's time to put your happiness first, not his. So with that said, I'm going to say good night to everyone. Love and blessings to you all. Thank you so much to everyone that's joined me tonight. Thank you to all the wonderful new people I've met tonight. You are all absolutely amazing. My inbox is always open for anyone that just wants a blether, wants a chat. My advice and my chat in DM is free. But I say that cautiously because that doesn't give you guys the right to come in and say, hi, can I get your number? Can I get your address? Can we chat in DM? Can we get to know each other better? No, thank you. I'm happy in a relationship. Thank you very much. He's my one and only. But other than that, yeah, I will chat here on TikTok Messenger or Facebook Messenger. I don't do the phone chats or the WhatsApp chats or the phone chat. Yeah, not got time for that. But I will always reply to my DMs here on TikTok, and I will always reply to my messenger as well. So I hope that helps everyone. Thank you so much. I hope everybody that managed to get a reading tonight found their readings really helpful. I love doing what I do because I know how important it is and how much it helps all of you. And that's my goal in life, is to help and support other people. I am back tomorrow evening, 10 p.m. UK time, just for a general chat on anything spiritual. If you want to know how to take care of your skin, your health, naturally, without turning to chemicals that actually cause illness rather than cure us, you'd be surprised at the stuff that we use every day that we think are genuinely safe for us, naturally are causing us more harm. Pretty scary stuff. So I hope you will all join me tomorrow evening for a wonderful live chat about that. Hello. Oh, I always sleep well. Thank you, Desiree. Unfortunately, my readings have just finished for tonight. I do have a readings list on my profile. Please feel free to check that out. I am back again on Friday evening doing more live readings. But till then, take care, everyone. Love and bright blessings to every one of you. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening. Bye for now, everyone. Oh, you're more than welcome. Night, everyone, and have a great, great Wednesday evening. I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow. Love and blessings.